it's Lorelai. Today I just wanted to quickly go over how exactly I put Deirdre together as an object for the scene where she can walk around, return to idle, and then also attack. Attack from walking and from idle position. If you make a new character or a new object in Pixel Game Maker MV that has the option to be a playable character. So if I go to object settings, it says object controlled by input device. This means either the mouse and keyboard or an actual controller. Then it will automatically set up your waiting and your walk actions for you, which is really nice. So if you remember when we made the rock, it was just one action. If it's a playable character, or at least if it's controlled by your input, or if it's controlled by input, then it will give you your waiting and your walk. And all you have to do is select waiting and select your idle motion. Okay, and then go to walk and select your walking motion. Simple stuff. You don't have to do anything outside of that. It already sets your conditions. So if you don't know Pixel Game Maker, it uses this visual box linking sort of logic. So it's a visual coding instead of coding. And so the logic here is from waiting. If you are pressing any of these inputs, then you go to walking. And then walking is automatically set to go with whatever direction you're pressing on the keyboard or with your controller. It's built into Pixel Game Maker MV, luckily enough. And then we've got a loop back to idle when there is no input. That's very important. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck in the walking infinite loop animation forever. So when there's no input, you go back to idle. Simple stuff. For the attack, I have it in a common action, and the reason for that is normally during the tutorial, if you get this, I recommend you do the tutorial that's up here. During the tutorial, it says that you need to add an action, and we're going to go ahead and do that. We're just going to add attack, I'm going to call it. Okay, we're going to add an attack animation. We're going to select melee attack from her motions, and that's basically it. Because this animation has the attack collision box, we don't have to do anything else, okay? Because it's going to know when we're playing this animation, it's going to see the attack collision, and it's going to do the thing. Then what we have to do is set it so that this happens when you do something, right? When you left click, for example, or press the space key or something. And to do that, we need these links. So I can right click waiting and I can say add link to attack, okay? And I'm going to say change if any condition is met. The following has been input, and I can say I want the space key to be input, which is going to be B. Okay, what we have to do, and I'm going to click on press here, it doesn't really matter, but what we have to do is go into control keys management and figure out what the heck B is. Okay, so for me, A I set to left click. For B, I'm going to set this to the space bar. And it's kind of cool how it has inherent support for all of these different controllers, Xbox, PlayStation, and the Switch, and then also keyboard and mouse. Okay, so now I have an attack with the space bar. And if we press play and I'm idle, then I can attack. But then I'm stuck. I'm stuck attacking. So then what we have to do is add a link back to waiting that says if motion animation plays to the end, then I go back to waiting. Let's see how that looks. Space, yeah. So I can space, but if I'm walking and I'm pressing the space bar, it doesn't work because you have to add another link from walk. So if you're walking and you press B on press, you can just copy paste. Then you can attack. Okay, and then if there's no input or anything, then you can go back to idle. So now you can do this. This is her walking and attacking. So normally you would set ignore move input during motion. Maybe even ignore direction change, but we'll see. Yeah, so now it has the animation lock that we talked about last time. I think it's because, oh yeah, okay, so here's another learning moment. The reason that this is blinking is because one, it's an enemy group. I haven't made the new group yet for objects. One, it's an enemy group, and then also under basic settings, there's a temporary invincibility after receiving damage setting, and object blinks during invincibility. So if I turn that off, I'll turn both of them off. It's not going to blink. So we should be fine. Let's attack it. Yeah. Safe. Safe. Okay. So this gets really annoying, okay? This gets annoying because you're gonna have maybe a whole bunch of stuff happening on the screen, and you don't want to have to copy and paste all of these links all the time. If you want attack to happen anytime you press the left click or the space bar or whatever, then you're gonna want to use a common action. Really easy to use. Common actions are similar to common events in RPG Maker, but you have to go up to the cogwheel at the top and actually turn it on, which I think is a little weird, but it is what it is. So you turn it on and then press OK. I'm in the way here. Hold on. Press OK in the bottom right. That is so easy to miss. That's so easy to miss the OK button. But once you press OK, it'll show up here in the tabs. And you're going to make an action just like before. So I already have the melee attack, but I can make it again. So you press the plus button, press the little arrow on the left to set the condition. So we want to say if any condition is met, we want the following input B, right? If B is pressed, then attack. And the motion is melee attack. And don't move. And then when you're done, set it to motion animation plays to the end. And then it's done. And then it goes back to wherever you were before. So let's press play and space. Well, of course it's working because, because I didn't delete this. So, that happens. You just have to move the little box around. So let me delete attack, and it deleted the links along with it. So we can press play and attack with our space bar, and it still works because now it is a common action. So I recommend common actions for quite a few things, one of them being attacks. Another one being death, which is my slime object. Now, I haven't yet added death to my main character. I should do that. I just haven't yet. Hold on, let me delete this common action. I don't need it. I already have my main common action. She doesn't really do anything. She just walks around and swings her sword. But slime does a little bit more. Slime was my test enemy. I don't think I'm even going to have slime monsters in my game because there's a drought, and I feel like slimes are kind of contrary to there being a drought. I think all the slimes would have dried up in this world of this magical drought. So I don't know why I wasted all this time on a slime creature, but it is what it is. I did what I did. But I think I'm going to talk about the slime object in the next episode because I also want to talk about how I animated the slime. So that's all. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to show you more of my game. Bye!